Hey y'all, how's it going? Welcome to my video. As you can see, I am not in my car today and I am not in my apartment. I am out in my favorite place, out in nature. I came up to one of my favorite places ever, which is Ringwood State Park. This is the Botanical Gardens, and it's just, something that has been on my mind is doing a video to talk about, what this last year has been like. And it's just kind of symbolic or kind of funny that, I don't know, coming up here today really brought up like a lot of memories and a lot of emotions of last year. At the beginning of COVID last year, everything was on lockdown. There was nowhere to go. We couldn't go anywhere, and definitely I was feeling cabin fever, like I'm sure everybody was. And so coming up here was one of my places to just feel like I could get away. I could take off my mask. I felt at least free. I wasn't worried about COVID. Sorry, there are people walking around, so I feel funny, but yeah, so just I haven't been up here since last summer, and coming up here today, just really, that was such a weird time last year. This has been, what a crazy year. Next Monday, March 15th, is technically an entire year since I have worked. An entire 365 days since I have worked. And I know that I'm not alone. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are in the same exact position as me. And I guess, part of me, this past year has been obviously a million different emotions, not only because obviously COVID's been going on, but there's been a lot of obviously intense things happening, with all the Black Lives Matter stuff this past year, and the election, and oh my god, everything. I'm not getting into all that, but even besides that, when it comes to COVID and comes to not working, it's been interesting because it's been two sides. Part of me has felt guilty in a lot of ways this past year because I feel that I've had it very easy, and I feel that, I've been able to not work and for the most part not really worry that much, because things have, continued to be extended and things like that when it comes to unemployment. So, I feel very thankful that for me, it's been pretty slow or pretty easy sailing when it comes to that. And obviously, even besides that, the most important thing is the fact that my family and my friends have been able to stay healthy. That's literally all that matters. And so, even throughout this past year, anytime people would ask me how I was doing, I'm I can't complain. As long as my family and my friends are healthy and happy, that's all that matters. Nothing else matters. And I'm sure that this past year has really put that in perspective for everybody, I have had to spend so much time. I've always been someone who's to do my own thing, and I've always been someone who's been independent, but I've also always been someone that is very, very social, and I do like to have friends and to do a lot of things. But I don't know, this past year has really, because I feel myself and a lot of my friends and my family, we've taken it all very, very seriously with COVID. So, really it's been a lot of solitude time, and I've been really, really thankful. That's the other side of it. Besides feeling the one side, which is feeling guilty in a lot of ways, I've also feel blessed, and I'm really trying to just cherish and be thankful for this time to really become my best friend and my own best friend, and just having all of this solitude time. There's just been so much time, and there's been so much that's happened this past year. I don't know if it's because I have been able to spend more time with my family, because of not working and stuff, and because they're some of the only people I see. There's been a lot of things that have come up, and so there's been a lot of self-reflection, a lot of introspection, a lot of evaluation of myself and my relationships with people and friends. And I mean, I don't know, I'm sure that a lot of you have been feeling the same way. And you know, I guess that's why I wanted to make this video, because I'm sure a lot of people are coming up in are having the same anniversary of a year not working, or you know, this year has been different for everybody, and I know a lot of people have had to work this entire time, and I'm sure that's why I feel guilty, obviously, because I feel guilty that I haven't had to worry about that, and that a lot of people have. But you know, I think we all need to be talking about this last year and what it has meant for us and what it has done for us. You know, another thing that has made me feel kind of guilty this past year, and I've tried to like push that aside, and I totally have kind of like gotten rid of that feeling, is that, you know, our society has kind of put all of this into us, that we need to constantly be producing and making something and doing something, or we're not worthy, or we're a failure if we just want to like not be producing. Like, I've always been someone that has enjoyed, you know, like I think it's important to have a work-life balance, and I've always been someone that really I do enjoy my downtime. And so yeah, like, you know, there's been a lot that was going on this past year that I just haven't felt like I could focus on. You know, I know people have gone to school and taking classes. I know people have gotten their certificates for things, and you know, use this time that they've had off to not work, used it in that way. And I feel guilty almost that I haven't done that either. But also, it's like, you know, I've seen a lot of things talking about, does it matter? Like, this past year, you know, has been a lot when it comes to like our mental health and everything that we've been going through when it comes to like our social health too, you know, like obviously being alone all the time, and it's, you know, there's pros and cons to everything. So it has been good, but they're obviously being alone and not having, like, if you are single like me, I really, like, you know, I don't even have anybody at home that I'm talking to really. I mean, of course I talk to my family and friends, but it's just, I went from working all the time and talking constantly in store to now having days where I don't talk much at all, except to myself. Yeah, I mean, like, I guess, like, you know, I wanted to also, like, you know, talk about the fact that I'm sure that a lot of you are feeling the same way, where I don't know, like, I don't know if I have like a little bit like anxiety about going back to work, because obviously I know that I'm gonna have to go back to work, you know, and I want to, and I know there's gonna be a time for that, and then life's gonna get back to just being the normal working, you know, a lot. And I guess the fact that, like, you know, I have this opportunity, and the fact that they just extended it for longer, and I mean, it's not like, you know, I'm not being presented with work that I'm, I mean, there's not really work out there, you know. So, but I just feel like it's important, or I just feel like, I guess, yeah, like, I really want to just take advantage of this time. Like, if I have the opportunity to continue to be doing the unemployment thing, and just be like really just spending more time, like, I just feel like I'm kind of like finding myself, like, and I know that's crazy to say, like, and you know, this is partly why I want to take a channel, is because I feel like, and one thing I wanted to talk about in my channel is that, like, are you someone like me who just hasn't always had it all figured out? Like, you know, I'm 36 and a half. I'm saying a half. My half birthday's on Thursday, but like, I'm gonna be 37, but I still feel so young, and I still feel like, I don't know, like, I just feel like I've always been someone that's just, like, to me, when it comes to being happy, and my idea of success in life is just, like, is being happy. Like, that, to me, like, being successful in my life is being healthy and happy. I don't gauge or base success on money. I mean, of course, like, in order to be able to be happy and to be able to live our life, so we do need some money to an extent, you know. Like, I love being able to travel, I love to explore, but yeah, like, I just feel like I need to continue to take this time, and I've just been really battling within myself, though, and about, like, you know, like, should I be really trying to put myself out there and really try to get a job right now, And then the other side of me is like, well, if we're able to continue with unemployment for a little while, like, you know, like, yes, like COVID, like, I don't know how my body would be with COVID. I think that I'm healthy and that if I had COVID, I'd be fine. And I know a lot of people have had it and have barely just, you know, basically felt like they had allergies or something. But again, there's been a lot of people who've had it who have died, who have gone really, really sick or having lifelong issues. And, you know, at the end of the day, like, I am overweight, and whatever issue, you know, everybody has their own things, like, you know, like, I'm sure I'd be fine, but it is a risk. And you know, if I'm able to continue to have this time to just continue to be healthy and not put myself out there if I don't have to, you know, like, that's, I guess, what I'm trying to, like, come to terms with, so that I can just fully, like, not feel this pressure or guilt that I do enjoy this time right now. Like, I feel guilty almost that I am enjoying, and I'm happy that the unemployment got extended, because I just don't feel ready. Like, I don't know, like, and I'm sure that a lot of you are feeling the same way too. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to come out and get some air, because for me, being in nature is just very therapeutic. I don't know about you guys, but when I can just, like, I don't know, I just love the simple things in life. They're literally what fulfill me the most. I just feel, you know, that I'm sure a lot of people are feeling the same way, and I think we need to also just be okay. Like, I'm doing this to say to you and to say to myself that we don't need to feel guilty. We don't need to always be producing. That this past year and everything that's happened, like, it wasn't our fault. Like, we didn't know this was gonna happen. You know, like, if you are like me and you have the opportunity to not work, I mean, why put ourselves out there and, like, potentially die if we don't have to, right? Like, or for what? I just feel like, you know, we need to just be okay with just resting and not being constantly feeling like we have to produce all the time. But yeah, what a year it's been. I would love to have conversations with you guys, and I would love for you guys to talk about, like, how this past year has been for you, and what maybe any struggles you've had, or like, I'd love to be here for you. I'd love to pray for you. And I know there's, like, been a lot of healing that has needed to happen, especially from this past year. There's been a lot of suffering and a lot of loss, and that has weighed down on me. Like, I mean, all of this has weighed so hard on me, and that's partially why I feel like I'm not ready to go back out into the world and to work really yet. Like, it's just been a lot. Yeah, I know this maybe have been a lot of rambling in this video. I've tried to make this video multiple times already today, and, you know, it's just hard because it's hard to actually articulate emotions sometimes, you know. But I wanted to just be real, and again, continue to just be a place of, like, realness and rawness and just vulnerability on my channel. Like, I want my channel to be a place, like, no one is perfect. We're all a fucking mess, right? So, like, let's just be real. Like, we don't have to put on facades all the time that we're, like, that we're perfect, or that we got our shit together when we don't, you know. And you're still awesome even if you don't have your shit together too, you know. I don't know, I hope maybe you got a little something out of this video. I hope you are able to be outside today and get some vitamin D, let your skin, like, it's warm enough that I don't even need my anything on right now. It's so amazing. Yeah, blessings to all of you. Blessings. I hope you are having an amazing day. I hope you are taking care of yourself and having a lot of self-love and self-care today. And I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.